What if I told you that something as innocent as a glass of water at the wrong time could be quietly stealing your sleep, and even raising your risk of a nighttime stroke? I'm Dr. Aman Arora, with over 30 years of experience treating patients in both the US and India, and I can tell you, this is more common than you think. After the age of 55 or 60, your body works differently. A key hormone called vasopressin, which normally tells your kidneys to slow down urine production while you sleep, starts to drop. Without it, your kidneys keep working at night as if it were daytime. At the same time, your bladder becomes more sensitive, holding just half a glass of fluid before sending an urgent wake-up signal to your brain. And because the filtering process in your kidneys slows with age, water you drink in the evening lingers longer, making its way to the bladder while you're trying to rest. Let me share the story of Rajinder from Jaipur. At 68, he thought waking up twice a night was just part of aging. He tried herbal teas, sleeping pills, and cutting back on fluids altogether, but nothing worked. Then, with one simple change, drinking most of his water before late afternoon and avoiding fluids after 6:30 p.m., everything shifted. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping 5 to 6 hours straight, something he hadn't experienced in years. So, if you find yourself awake at 2 a.m. thinking, this is just old age, it may not be. Your body isn't broken, it's simply speaking in a new language. Learn to listen, adjust your habits gently, and you might reclaim the deep, peaceful sleep you thought was gone forever. Sometimes, the path to better health starts not with medicine, but with a sip of water at the right time. Here's something most people don't realize. Sometimes, it's not how much water you drink, but when you drink it that determines whether you'll sleep peacefully or wake up again and again through the night. I'm Dr. Aman Arora, with over 30 years of experience in the US and India, and I've seen hundreds of older adults struggle with this without knowing the cause. Let's talk about 5 common evening water habits that might be quietly disturbing your rest. 1. Drinking too much water after 6-7 p.m. In the evening, your kidneys, just like the rest of your body, start preparing to slow down. If you suddenly pour in a full glass or two after dinner to catch up on your day's intake, you're forcing them to work overtime. The result? Your bladder fills during your deepest sleep, and your body wakes you up. Instead, shift most of your water to the golden hours, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's when your body can process it best. 2. Having tea, haldi milk, or rasam late at night. A warm drink at 9 p.m. might feel comforting, but it's still liquid, and for those over 60, even half a cup can trigger the bladder. Drinks like masala chai are mild diuretics. They tell your kidneys to make more urine. If you enjoy these, have them before 6:30 p.m. so your bladder can rest when you do. 3. Going to the toilet, just in case, before bed. This is a habit that can actually train your bladder the wrong way. If you keep going without a real urge, your bladder starts thinking even 150 meters is full. Soon, it wakes you unnecessarily. The fix? Only go when you truly feel the need. Even at night, pause and check before getting up. 4. Drinking too little during the day and making up for it in the evening. Life gets busy. Prayers, family, phone calls, and you forget to drink. Then, by evening, thirst hits hard, and you down several glasses. Your kidneys, stressed from mild dehydration earlier, suddenly release a burst of urine, often while you're asleep. Sip steadily through the day. By 4 p.m., aim for 70–80% of your daily water. 5. Drinking chilled water at the evening. Cold water may feel refreshing, but for older adults it can irritate the bladder lining, making it more sensitive. It also slows digestion, making you feel heavy and restless. Choose room temperature or warm water after sunset. Take the story of Meena Devi, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Lucknow. For years, she kept her nightly ritual, a steaming cup of ginger tea at 9 p.m., followed by a few sips of cold fridge water. She thought it was harmless, but she woke up twice a night, every night. When I explained these habits to her, she was willing to try a change. She moved her tea to 6 p.m., swapped the cold water for warm, and limited herself to 2 sips before bed. Within just 5 days, she slept 5-6 hours straight, something she hadn't enjoyed in years. These aren't big sacrifices. They're small, thoughtful adjustments. Your body at 60 or 70 isn't broken. It's simply asking you to work with its new rhythm. Listen to it, and it will reward you with deeper, calmer nights. What if I told you the clock matters more than the glass in your hand? After 60, your body still knows how to rest. It just needs the right water schedule. Mornings and afternoons are your golden hours to drink freely. Evenings are for gentle sips, and nights for just enough to take your medicine. Like Ramesh from Nagpur, who once drank nearly a liter between 7 to 9 p.m. and woke up 3 times a night, until he shifted most of his water to the day. The result? Deep, uninterrupted sleep from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Now, here's the simple timing routine that could transform your nights too. Here's the truth most people overlook. After 60, your body is no longer asking you to drink less water. It's asking you to drink it at the right time. The goal isn't to deprive yourself, but to work with your body's rhythm so your kidneys, bladder, and brain can all rest peacefully at night. Let's break it down into a simple 3-part schedule that's been life-changing for many of my patients. 6 a.m., 4 p.m., the golden hours. This is when your body is most active. Your heart is pumping strongly. Your kidneys are filtering efficiently, and your digestion is at full power. This is the time to drink freely. Spread it out. 1 glass on waking, another mid-morning, 1 at lunch, and another mid-afternoon. By 4 p.m., aim to have finished 70-80% of your daily water. Doing so helps keep your bladder calm later and ensures your body processes most fluids while you're still up and moving. 5 p.m., 7 p.m. The gentle zone. Your body is starting to slow down. You're moving less. Your kidneys are preparing for rest. In this window, sip only when you're thirsty. Just small, spoonful-like sips. Avoid full glasses and steer clear of watery foods or drinks like soup, rasam, tea, or haldi milk. If you love them, take them earlier in the day. Think of this as dimming the lights before bedtime. You're preparing your system for quiet. After 7:30 p.m., the quiet zone. Here's where many people go wrong. Unless your doctor tells you otherwise, keep it under 150 milliliters, about a small steel glass. Just enough to swallow medicine or moisten your mouth. Skip the habit of a comfort drink before bed, as it often backfires into a bathroom trip at 2 a.m. If you wake thirsty at night, take just 1-2 teaspoons of warm or room temperature water and wait a few minutes. The sensation usually passes. Let me tell you about Arvind Kumar, a 71-year-old retired school principal from Chandigarh. For years, he believed in what he called his night flush, almost a liter of water between dinner and bedtime. He thought it would detox his system overnight. In reality, it flushed away his sleep. Every night, like clockwork, he was up at midnight, 3 a.m., and again just before sunrise. His mornings were heavy, his eyes tired, and he'd lost interest in his daily walks. When we talked, I explained this timing plan. He agreed to try, shifting most of his water to the morning and afternoon, limiting himself to a single small glass at 6:30 p.m., and just 2 sips with his blood pressure pill at night. In just 1 week, he noticed something remarkable. He slept from 10 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. without waking once. By the second week, his mornings felt lighter, his walks were faster, and he said, "Doctor, I didn't realize my body just needed me to listen." This isn't about drinking less. It's about giving your body water when it can handle it best, and giving your nights back the peace they deserve. Follow this rhythm, and you might just wake up feeling younger than you have in years. It's not just when you drink. What you eat in the evening can quietly disturb your sleep too. Watery dishes like rasam or soup fill the bladder. Warm drinks like green tea or chai act as mild diuretics, and fruits high in water or acidity can irritate it. Salty or spicy foods trigger thirst, making you drink more after dinner. Shifting these foods to earlier in the day can help your bladder stay calm and your nights undisturbed. Many older adults focus on how much water they drink, carefully following the golden hours schedule. But here's something just as important. What you eat in the evening can quietly undo all your hard work. After 60, your bladder and kidneys are more sensitive to certain foods. Even a small portion, if eaten too late, can push your body into nighttime overdrive, waking you up once or twice before sunrise. Let's go through the 4 most common culprits and how you can enjoy them without sacrificing your sleep. 1. Rasam, soup, and thin dal. These dishes are comforting, light, and often considered perfect for the evening. But their high fluid content is the real issue. A bowl of rasam or dal lawang may feel harmless, yet all that liquid slowly makes its way to your bladder while you're resting. You might not feel the urge immediately, but by 1 or 2 a.m., your body is nudging you awake. Solution: shift these dishes to lunch or have them before 6 p.m. That way, your body has several hours to process the liquid before bedtime. If you crave something warm later, opt for a few sips of warm water instead of a full bowl. 2. Green tea, masala chai, and haldi milk. A warm drink at night feels like a hug, soothing, familiar, and part of the day's ritual. But here's the truth. Drinks like green tea or masala chai are mild diuretics. They tell your kidneys, make more urine, just when your body is supposed to slow down. Even haldi milk, though not as strong, still adds liquid for your bladder to deal with while you sleep. Solution: enjoy these drinks before 6:30 p.m. If you want the comfort of something warm later, switch to a few gentle sips of warm water or caffeine-free herbal tea taken much earlier in the evening. 3. Watery or acidic fruits. Watermelon, oranges, grapes, and raw tomatoes are all packed with water. They're great for hydration during the day, but in the evening they can irritate the bladder lining, especially in older adults. The result? Sudden urges to urinate just a few hours later. Solution: keep these fruits as a mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack. Eating them before 5 p.m. gives your body enough active hours to process both the fluids and the acids without disturbing your night. 4. Salty or spicy foods. Papad, pickles, and spicy curries don't directly fill your bladder, but they make you thirsty. That thirst leads to extra water intake after dinner, which often triggers middle-of-the-night bathroom trips. In some people, the spices can also mildly irritate the bladder, adding to the problem. Solution: if you love these foods, enjoy them earlier in the day or in smaller portions at night. Balance them with mild, less salty dishes for your evening meal. I remember working with Sunita Sharma, a 69-year-old retired librarian from Pune. She followed her water timing schedule perfectly, yet still woke up twice a night. When we reviewed her diet, the picture became clear: a late bowl of thin tomato soup, 2 papads with dinner, and a handful of grapes for dessert. Each of these seemed harmless, but together they created the perfect storm for her bladder. We made 3 simple changes: moved the soup to lunchtime, saved papad for afternoon tea, and shifted grapes to 4 p.m. The effect was remarkable. Within a week, she slept 6 hours straight without waking once. She told me, "I thought my bladder was getting weaker. I didn't know it was my plate, not my body, causing the problem." The takeaway is simple. Evening food choices are just as important as your water schedule. By making small shifts, moving watery, acidic, salty, or spicy items earlier in the day, you can give your bladder the peace it needs at night. Pair this with the right drinking routine, and you may find yourself enjoying the deep, uninterrupted sleep you thought was lost to age. Your body isn't failing you. It's waiting for you to work with it, one thoughtful habit at a time. Sometimes, even with the right water schedule and evening meals, sleep can still slip away. That's because true rest after 60 isn't only about what you drink or eat. It's also about how you move, how you rest, and how you prepare your body for the night. Small lifestyle habits can make the difference between waking up twice and sleeping straight through till morning. From gentle morning walks that help your body release excess fluid, to simple changes in sleeping position, to keeping your room cool and your breath steady before bed. These are quiet, powerful tools that cost nothing but can transform your nights. Let's explore the bedtime and daytime routines that have helped many seniors, just like you, rediscover deep, uninterrupted sleep. Even with the perfect water schedule and a careful evening diet, some people still find themselves waking up at night. That's because sleep, especially after 60, is shaped not just by what you eat and drink, but by how you move, how you position your body, and the environment you create for rest. The body changes with age, and to get the deep, uninterrupted sleep you deserve, you have to give it the right conditions to relax and stay still through the night. Below are 4 gentle, science-backed habits I often recommend to my patients. They require no medicine, cost nothing, and can be started tonight. 1. Morning movement to release trapped fluid. As we age, fluid naturally pools in our lower legs and feet during the day, especially if we sit or stand for long periods. This isn't always visible swelling. Sometimes it's subtle, but it's still there. When you lie down at night, gravity no longer pulls that fluid toward your feet. Instead, it travels upward, eventually reaching your kidneys. This extra fluid then gets filtered into urine, often just in time to wake you up at 2 or 3 a.m. A simple fix is to move early in the day. Gentle walking for 10 to 15 minutes soon after sunrise helps your leg muscles pump excess fluid back into circulation so it can be processed while you're still awake. You don't need to walk far. Even pacing your balcony, going around the garden, or slowly climbing stairs can work. Combine this with light stretches for your ankles and calves to keep circulation flowing. Think of it as emptying your legs before the day begins. 2. Sleep on your left side with proper pillow support. Many older adults sleep flat on their back with a single thick pillow, or worse, with their head propped high. This position can press on the bladder and even slow digestion, both of which can cause restless nights. Switching to a left-side sleeping position has several benefits. It eases pressure on your bladder, supports better circulation, and allows your stomach to digest more comfortably. For added comfort, place a soft pillow under your head, not too high, and another between your knees. The pillow between the knees helps keep your hips aligned, reducing strain on your lower back. Over time, this position can reduce the number of times you wake up, especially if bladder pressure was one of your triggers. 3. Keep your sleep environment cool and airy. A warm, stuffy bedroom can lead to sweating, which increases thirst. And what happens when you're thirsty at night? You drink more water and your bladder gets busier. Overheating can also make the body restless, reducing the depth of your sleep. Choose light, breathable cotton nightwear and avoid heavy blankets unless it's very cold. Even then, layer thinner blankets rather than using one heavy quilt so you can adjust easily during the night. Keep a window slightly open for ventilation or use a ceiling fan for gentle airflow. Your goal is to feel comfortably cool, not chilly, so your bladder and body can stay calm until morning. 4. Gentle breathing and belly relaxation before sleep. The mind and bladder are more connected than most people think. Anxiety, overthinking, or even just mild tension in the abdominal area can send false alarms to the bladder, making you feel the urge to urinate even when it's not full. One of the simplest ways to calm this system is to practice slow, deep breathing before bed. Sit on your bed with one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting your belly rise, then exhale softly through your mouth. Do this for about 5 minutes. If you like, combine it with a gentle clockwise belly massage. This helps relax the abdominal muscles and signals the bladder to rest. A story of change. Let me tell you about Kamla Devi, a 74-year-old retired school headmistress from Jaipur. She came to me frustrated. She had already fixed her water intake timing, avoided late-night tea, and even reduced watery foods at dinner, yet she still woke up twice every night. When we went through her routine, the missing piece became obvious. Kamla spent most mornings sitting on her veranda reading the newspaper. She slept on her back with 2 heavy pillows under her head, wore a thick nightgown even in warm weather, and often lay in bed scrolling through her phone before trying to sleep. Her mind still active. We made a plan together. Morning. 12 minutes of gentle walking in her garden, plus ankle stretches before breakfast. Sleep position. Switching to her left side with a soft pillow between her knees and a lighter pillow under her head. Room environment, changing to a cotton nightdress, removing the heavy blanket, and keeping her bedroom window slightly open for airflow. Pre-sleep routine. 5 minutes of deep belly breathing, followed by a gentle abdominal massage. The results came faster than she expected. In just 4 nights, she went from waking twice to waking only once. By the end of the first week, she slept from 10:15 p.m. until 5:30 a.m. without interruption. Her mornings felt lighter, and she told me, "Doctor, I thought this was just how old age works. Now I realize my body just needed a few small changes." The bigger picture. These habits may seem simple, even too small to matter, But for a body over 60, they work together like quiet allies, improving circulation, reducing bladder pressure, cooling the body, and calming the nervous system. And the best part, they don't require medicine, equipment, or expense, just consistency and a little patience. If you combine these practices with the earlier water and diet adjustments, you'll be giving your body the best possible chance for long, uninterrupted nights. Your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep deeply. It just needs the right environment and gentle guidance to remember. Here's the truth I want every elder to hear. Your body has not forgotten how to sleep. It hasn't worn out, and it's not beyond repair. It's simply speaking to you in a new language, one that reflects the changes of time, the wisdom of experience, and the natural shifts that come with age. And when you learn to listen to that language, you can work with your body instead of fighting against it. Over these past steps, we've talked about how something as simple as when you drink water can be the difference between deep rest and a restless night. We've explored how your dinner plate, from watery soups to spicy pickles, can quietly disturb your bladder and wake you before sunrise. And we've seen how small lifestyle shifts, like walking in the morning, sleeping on your left side, keeping your room cool, and breathing deeply before bed, can help you slip into a calm, uninterrupted sleep. These aren't dramatic medical interventions. They don't require pills, machines, or expensive gadgets. They are soft, respectful changes that work with your body's rhythm. Changes that cost nothing but give you back something priceless. Your rest. I've seen it again and again in my patients. People who believed their nights would always be broken. People who thought waking up at 2 a.m. was just part of getting old. People like Rajinder from Jaipur, who rediscovered 5 hours of continuous sleep just by shifting his water intake. Like Sunita from Pune, who realized her late-night soup and papad were to blame, not her bladder. Like Kamla Devi from Jaipur, who went from 2 wake-ups a night to sleeping straight through by adjusting her position, clothing, and breathing. Their stories aren't rare. They are proof that your body still responds quickly when you give it the right care. And you don't have to change everything at once. You can start with one step. Maybe tomorrow morning you take that gentle 10-minute walk, or tonight you swap your 9 p.m. tea for a warm sip of water at 6:30. Or you open the window a little and wear light cotton to bed. What matters most is consistency. Your bladder, kidneys, heart, and mind need time to trust that this new rhythm is here to stay. When you repeat these habits daily, your body learns. It relaxes. And before long, you'll find yourself sleeping deeper, waking up less, and starting your mornings with more energy and clarity. I know there's a temptation to think it's too late for me, or I've tried everything. But the beauty of these changes is that they are gentle enough for anyone, adaptable to any lifestyle, and powerful enough to make a real difference. You're not asking your body to do something unnatural. You're giving it exactly what it's been asking for, perhaps for years. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, remember this. Every sip of water, every bite of food, every step you take in the morning, every deep breath before sleep, they all speak to your body in a language it understands. And when your body feels heard, it rewards you with peace. If you found even one tip here that makes sense for you, try it. Give it a week. Notice how your nights change. And if it helps, share it with a friend, neighbor, or family member who also wakes too often at night. Sometimes the quietest advice, a reminder to drink earlier, to eat lighter, to breathe deeper, is what finally unlocks the rest we've been searching for. Your nights are not lost to age. They are waiting for you to reclaim them, gently, wisely, and with love for the body that has carried you through so many years. Tonight can be the first step toward that change. And when morning comes, may it greet you with light in your eyes, steadiness in your step, and the quiet joy of knowing. You slept well,